Well, I'm going fishing. I'm going fishing in the morning. Well, I'm going fishing. I'm going fishing in the morning. I'm gonna cast my line and sit and do some time.
Alright people, Catfish Dave here. Name of this video is Excuses, and I'm here to give y'all a bunch of excuses why I didn't have a YouTube video this week. Excuse number one, I got rained out. I went Friday night, here come the rain. I went Saturday night, here come the rain. I stayed up all night Saturday night waiting for the rain to break. It broke for just a minute. I left out 3 a.m. Sunday morning. Got set up. Here come the rain. So I come back to the house. At the beginning of this clip you see me messing around on the garage band there. I was picking a little guitar and doing a little silly song, but I got rained out. Alright people, excuse number two is the same as excuse number one, rain. Now I did fish. It was one of those weekends where it basically rained all week and rained all weekend, and there was a little break in the morning. Supposedly there was a break. That's what the weather said. Said it wasn't going to start raining until the afternoon. So I rushed down there. We'd had so much rain I couldn't fish the main channel where I wanted to, so I was kind of stuck in backwaters because just too much current. And well, I set up in this backwater spot. It's not supposed to rain for several hours, and I'm running live baits on floats. Well, as soon as I get there, it starts raining. So I had a sandwich bag in my bucket. I put it over my camera. Here comes the rain. I'm gonna put this little sandwich bag over my camera for now. Hopefully it'll stay on there. Next thing you know, I get a bite. My float goes under. Well, I got a sandwich bag over my camera. The rain had slacked up enough at this point. It was just drizzling. I could take the bag off my camera. My float just went under. I had a sandwich bag on my camera. I pulled it off. It's not a big fish, but I got something on the live bluegill. So I pull the fish in, and right when I get it to the bank, I guess from the sandwich bag being over the camera, it caused the camera to overheat and it just shut off. Anyway, I look behind me and I see my camera's turned off. I don't know how much of that I missed. I don't know if I got any of the footage pulling this fish in or not. I just look and the light's off, you know. So I lay the fish in the rocks. And there must, from all the people fishing there, you know, I don't know if they was respooling their reels or what there, but there was about 685 yards of fishing line laying in them rocks. And while I was fooling with my camera, that fish had just rolled all up in it. Alright people, I'm experiencing technical difficulties. I don't know if I got any of that fish in the camera or not, or if you even seen it. The dang camera shut off. I guess it overheated from that plastic bag being on it, trying to get it out of the dag blasted rain. But I did get one little blue cat on my float here. Ain't no flathead, but this is what I hate about people in public spots. Look at all this dang line. All I done was lay this fish down for a second. And look at all this fishing line tangled up in my stuff here. I hate people, man. I'll tell you what. I threw my line away yesterday, and someone wasn't gonna give me the same favor. Now I got this mess. But I did get one little blue cat here. The rain is really aggravating me. So I'm gonna abandon this spot. I may have to go where I can film out of my truck, so I don't have to keep jacking with it. I put that plastic bag over it, and it overheated the camera. This camera overheats like nothing. I don't care which one of these action cameras you buy, every one of them's got some kind of stupid issue. Now I know with all the technology they got, they can make one that will work. You would think they would have it work before they sold the product, but I got so much fishing line wrapped around this fish, I can't get the dang hook out of it. God. Look at all that line, stupid people. Look at all this crap. Golly. Jesus. Anyway, I was real aggravated trying to get the line and stuff off this fish. It was a mess. And I finally got the fish released. Anyway, I knew it was going to be bad. I knew it was going to just rain all day. I figured, okay, I'll just go to some place that I can set the camera in my truck. So I drove out there, and now normally this time of year this would have been a good spot to get a shallow water flathead, but because of the late winter we had, we also had a late spawn, meaning I was at this spot probably about 2 weeks early, and it rained the whole time I was out there. I ended up getting a few channel cat out there. I got his little butt. Well, it's bigger than the last one. Fat, full of eggs, fixing to drop them. Spawn is just about over. These fish are fixing to be on the nest. That's probably why I'm not getting very many blues at all. Most of them's probably on the nest. Ended up getting blue. This might be a blue cat here, the way he ran. I'd say this is a blue. Well, we finally got a blue cat out of here. I don't see no eggs in this one. ended up getting checked by the TWRA.
How are you, sir? How are you? I'm well. You're surf fishing here.
Yeah.
You doing any good?
Nah, one little old channel cat bite.
Yeah. You have any fishing lessons with you?
Yeah. You're on YouTube video.
I am?
Yeah, I saw his camera set up in there. I was wondering if you were rolling.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Anyway, after the TWRA thing, I'd pretty much had enough. I wasn't getting no big fish there, no sign of a flathead, so I packed up and I went home. So that was the end of that trip pretty much, just frustration. All right, excuse number 3, just didn't have enough time. I had wanted to get a quick weeknight trip in. Now I work early in the morning, work a pretty rough job, and I can't stay up all night during the week. So I figured if I leave the house fairly early, 7 o'clock, I can get down the road, catch me some live bluegills, net me some gizzard shad, and I can get to this one spot. And I wanted to try to get a flathead up on the little river. That's what I wanted to try to do. But I ended up getting stuck in road traffic. They had cones everywhere, was trying to move some big. I was in that traffic for about an hour. It was dark before I ever got down to start catching bait. Now where it's getting real difficult to come up with live bluegills at night. It just took longer to get the bait. By the time I got to my fishing spot, I had maybe an hour to set my camera up and get a fish and get out of there if I was going to be home by midnight. I ended up getting a blue cat at this spot. Now I was not expecting a blue cat, but what happened was this blue cat, on the way in, he kind of tangled up in my lines. Took me a while to get the fish off. After that mess of getting the fish off and getting him back in the water, when I release it, it swims into one of my lines with my float rig, and this was a brand new float. I just tied it on. Never caught a fish on this float. He caught a hold of that line and pulled that float under a tree, and I ended up having to break my line, and my float was somewhere under that tree. It never did surface back up. So I was pretty irritated between the traffic jams, taking forever to get bait, losing my new float. I pretty much just packed it and just went to the house, Hang on to it. Yeah! I got something on there. Probably an old channel cat. Coming straight into me. I tell you what, it don't feel like that bad of a fish. Uh-oh. That ain't that bad of a fish. Shoot. That's got to be a blue cat. He's in my float. There he is. He's getting in that tree. See if I can get him to not tangle all my lines up. Well, that is an old blue cat in this little old river. Long way from the Tennessee River. He's chewing my finger off. I don't know what he's doing up here in this hot time of year, but he's got my other lines all tangled up. Well, people, I've been here about an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack up. And this will just be my little river short trip. I'm gonna keep plugging away at this place until I get an actual flathead out of here. Anyway, cut bait got an old blue cat way up here in this. Like I say, I'm a long way off the Tennessee. He's way up in here. He just got my float. He's fixing to drag my float into that tree. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. He caught my line. Now I just lost one of my floats. My wild wolf cat bobber, I lost it last weekend. I've only got a couple left and he swung my line all up under that tree right there. So, I don't know if I'm gonna get this one back or not. Nope, he's under the tree with it. That's it. Reason number 4. Y'all ever foul hook a fish? You know, I remember one time I was skipjack fishing, quite a bit of current, throwing these little flies, and all of a sudden I hooked something. Felt like I had about a 20-pound carp on there, you know. And all it was a skipjack that was hooked in the tail. About a 2-pound skipjack and that current hooked in the tail. You think you got a monster on there, you know. Well, I figured I'd go to Neyland Drive there. It's a pretty easy blue cat out there, just out in the channel. And, you know, I went to a different spot that I hadn't videoed before, a little farther downriver. And I hook into this fish, and I think I've got a monster on there. I mean, I think I've got an absolute beast. Now, he wasn't fighting, okay? But I've hooked big fish that didn't necessarily fight until you got them close to you. This thing felt like it was 80 pounds, you know what I mean? Bottom line, the fish ended up getting hung up on something. I thought it was a ledge, but what it was actually hung up on was a tree. And when I get this fish worked out of this tree, when I see it surface, not only did I have the fish foul hooked, it had a limb about that big around on my line as well. I was trying to pull in. I'm talking in the camera, man, like I've got a world record fish on this thing. and it turns out to be a 14, 15 pound blue cat that's hooked in the back. So pretty much just an embarrassing moment. Yeah! Woo! Hey, this is a better fish right here. This ain't no little fish. This is a good one. Woo! Hey, this is a tank right here. Heavy fish. Oh yeah. This is a good one. He's heavy. Oh yeah. This is a good one. He's not fighting real hard, and that kind of scares me. Because that means when I get him up here close to the bank and around these trees, he's going to have lots of energy. I'd rather wear him out way out there, you know, where it's clear. Uh-oh, he's fixing to get mad. He's got me in something right there on the bank. He's got me hung on a ledge, or he's laying down, or he's got me in a tree. I'm just going to slack it up and see if he comes out. Oh, come on. Okay, he's coming up. He's got me hung up again. He's got me hung in something else, man. This is a heavy fish. I hope it's not rock. I hope it's wood he's on. If it's rock, my line's done. I'm gonna lose him. Okay, there he goes. There he is. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It's not even a big fish, man. I got that fish hooked in the back. I thought I had a dang world record catfish on here. I've got a mixture of a stick and a 20-pound fish hooked right through the back. You gotta be kidding me. He's not even 20 pounds, but he's hooked right in the back. You gotta be kidding me, man. I thought I had a dang 80-pound fish on there. You gotta be kidding me. I feel my line all scuffed up from whatever he had me hung up on. Man, I thought I done had me an 80-pounder on there. Dag blasted. I don't even know if I'm gonna put that on video. That's embarrassing. Excuse number 5. I caught the same fish. Now I have fished many times and caught the same fish. One time I caught the same 43 to 44 pound blue cat 4 times in a week. And finally, about the 4th time of catching this fish, I'm like thinking, man, is this the same fish? So I put it up on the tailgate and I looked and I seen the piercings where I had hooked it all the other times. That was one time. I can think of a lot of times. One of the more notable times was I'd hooked a flathead. I was flathead fishing up under this bridge and had him on there, felt like a good flathead. Well, he cut me off. I ended up losing the fish. Well, I had another rod throughout probably 80 yards away from that bait. That bait was way down river, and I had this bait cast way across river over by this bridge pylon. This same flathead found that bait. I caught it. Didn't realize it till I put the fish up on my tailgate. I was going to get a picture of it. And I took the hook out, and after the hook's out, I seen this blue line, my blue Andy Monster line, coming out of his mouth. Well, I got my other hook back too. So he had hit twice in the same night. And well, I went back to that same spot 3 or 4 days later, and I caught the same flathead again. Didn't realize it. I got home and had the picture up, and I was comparing the pictures, and I realized it was the same fish. I hooked him twice in one night and actually caught him again 3 days later. Well, anyway, in my Back for Revenge video, I caught the big striper. Well, it took me all day to catch a bluegill at this spot. All day to catch one bluegill. I throw the bluegill out, sits out there 30 minutes after dark, I catch a flathead. Well, I'm thinking, man, maybe, you know, this place don't get flathead fished. Hardly any catfishermen fish this spot. Maybe I've got this this really good flathead hole here that's untouched, you know, and maybe I could come here one night with a whole bucket full of bluegills and get a really good video. Well, I caught the first flathead in the Back for Revenge video. I caught him in a parking lot by a boat ramp. All the way across that cove there was a creek that come out in a real rocky area, in a cut bank area. It looked like a lot better place for flatheads. So I went back down there 4 or 5 days later, and I walked 200 yards, made 3 trips walking 200 yards. I set up down these rocks, and sure enough, I catch a flathead. Only one. I thought I had a successful flathead video. Well, I got home, spent 2 hours editing the video, was going to upload it to YouTube, and all I done was take a little clip out of that video and a little clip from the Back for Revenge video, and I was going to put it on Facebook for people to see the flatheads I'd caught that week. And when I got to comparing the two videos, I realized it was the same fish. I mean, it's the same fish, mark for mark. I caught the same fish twice. So many days later, 200 yards down the bank, I caught the same flathead. So I figured I'd already had that flathead caught on video. That video really didn't count, so I never uploaded that video. So anyway, I'll go ahead and show you all the clip to when I actually caught the flathead the second time. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. My float just got hit. He's getting in my other line, dag blast it. He ain't tiring out too quick. Full moon flathead. There went my little bitty bluegill. Man, that fish wouldn't tire out. He'd pull all kind of little drag out of my reel. Got a unique color to him, don't he? Check him out, boy. Full moon flatheads with Catfish Dave. Ow, he just bit me pretty hard. All right, people. I'm gonna get this fish back in the water. I still got that big shell cracker out there, and he's a big one. It's a fish on a full moon, man. I'll take it. You know what I mean? I'll take it. Alright people, there's 5 excuses why I didn't give y'all a YouTube video this week. And this really isn't a video. You all actually ain't even watching this because I didn't have nothing to put up, so this really isn't a video. Nah, just kidding. Anyway, like I say, this is a video and there are fish in the video, so that makes this a fishing video. And this is Catfish Dave with 5 excuses why I didn't get a YouTube video. Signing out.